Let's start building some hurting bombs.
So now at number 6, we have, appropriately, the 6th film in the Rocky franchise, Rocky Balboa. So I just got done saying how, even though I love Rocky V, Sylvester Stallone didn't agree with my assessment. In a way, that's a good thing, because it was his distaste for that movie that made him come back 16 years later to give Rocky a proper send-off.
The last Rocky V didn't turn out, and I felt as though I let people down. It became an all-consuming dream to just end it the way I should have ended it that time.
In this film. So I gave Rocky 2 shit for being depressing and also being a rehash of the first movie. And, well, this movie does kind of start out depressing and is a rehash of the first movie as well. But the story is just different enough to make a difference to me as a widowed Rocky decides to come out of retirement to once again take on the heavyweight champion of the world. I should probably point out here that this movie single-handedly is the culprit for why we all thought Tyson versus Paul was a good idea. Like, you know, if Rocky could come out of retirement years later and put on a show against a younger fighter, so could Tyson, right?
Father Time is unbeaten for a reason, everybody.
That's right. As it turns out, the answer was no. Boxing in your 50s and 60s just isn't really a good idea, I guess. So it's a big deal that Adrian isn't in this movie, right? It's one thing to kill off Mickey or Apollo, but to kill Adrian off screen no less, really took some balls on Sly's part. Her character was just as crucial to the original Rocky's success as Rocky himself. Some might say it was a questionable creative decision, but I kind of get it. Let's face it, her role in the franchise continued to diminish more and more with each movie. Her character arc, being an anxious, closed-off, meek and mild hermit, to an outspoken and passionate woman had already happened many movies ago. Plus, you know, if Adrian was around, there's no way in hell she would have let Rocky step foot in the boxing ring again. And quite frankly, Rocky probably wouldn't feel the need to. With Rocky bringing back Spider Rico and Little Marie, you could tell that Sly was desperately trying to mine some characters from the series that would matter to the audience that he hadn't killed off yet. The Spider cameo is a little wonky to me. I don't know. He just seemed like such an asshole in the original, and you just never got the impression during or after his fight with Rocky that they were friends in any type of way. Little Marie is an interesting character in this.
Hey, Rocky.
Yo.
Screw you, creepo.
She acts like a surrogate Adrian. She's essentially Adrian from the first film, when you think about it. She's insecure, shy, and going through a rough spot in her life. Her son, Steps, feels like a creative decision for a potential future installment if Sly decided he ever wanted to try the Rocky as manager approach to a movie again. Turns out they did eventually go that route, and with much success and fanfare, but with Apollo's son instead of Little Marie's son. I wonder if this guy that plays Steps holds a grudge?
Probably.
Okay, so I've said a lot of criticism, so why am I putting this at number 6? There's a line in the film where Duke is training Rocky, and he talks about building some hurting bombs.
Yeah, let's start building some hurting bombs.
Great line. Well, the movie builds some nostalgia bombs, and for a middle-aged Rocky fan like myself, it hits a lot of the right notes for me. The character of Robert Balboa continues to get the Griswold children treatment, as he is played by yet another actor in Milo Ventimiglia.
Milo Ventimiglia. How's it going, Tinseltown?
I thought he gave a sufficient performance for the screen time allotted to him, which also allowed Rocky to give one of his most inspirational speeches.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
It's these factors that lead him to adopting Little Marie and Steps into his life, as well as his new dog, Punchy. Interestingly, though, his new family is never heard from or talked about again in the subsequent Creed films, which is a little strange. I mean, sure, I guess Marie and Steps could have moved away by then, or something, but did they take Rocky's dog with him? Some really great character work here by Stallone, some of my favorite moments being when he defends Marie's honor with the big bully bar patron.
Look at you. You ain't even got a phone. Take that pig home.
What are you doing? Don't get out. It's all right.
No, Little Marie. It ain't all right. Yeah.
Hey, leave him alone.
See it? All right, you see that? You see that? Yeah. What do you say?
I saw it.
And when he changes a light bulb outside of her apartment.
Owe something to get, yikes. Yo, little Marie, let there be light.
Professional boxer Antonio Tarver, who rose to fame by being the first person to defeat boxing legend Roy Jones Jr., plays heavyweight champion Mason "The Line" Dixon in this film. And if I have one major complaint about this movie, it's with this character. He's so one-note and boring, so I really didn't bother fleshing out this character at all. In a film franchise with a plethora of iconic boxing adversaries, Mason's character is the least memorable. I used to be terrified of Clubber Lang and Ivan Drago as a kid. I don't think Mason would elicit fear in anybody. He's too understated and non-threatening looking. I do like the angle of the computer-simulated fight jump-starting the events of the film, which had Rocky in his prime KOing Dixon, an idea that is reminiscent of the Super Fight, which was a fictitious boxing match between Muhammad Ali and Rocky Marciano. Stallone clearly knew his age-induced limitations when it came to the final fight and masks it with some clever editing and voiceovers, something new to the Rockyverse that is both effective and thrilling. The moment in the theater when the screen goes black and the crowd chants, "Rocky!"
Get up.
Let's go, get him!
Pure moviegoer's delight. When Rocky waves goodbye in the cemetery and fades away, yeah, that was supposed to be it. But then a young director named Ryan Coogler had some other idea. Which leads us to